Zainab had been having restless nights. Her dreams were vivid, almost as if she were transported to another realm. Each night, the same vision haunted her. An isolated island shrouded in mist, with 500 sorrowful men crying out for her help. Their voices resonated in her ears even after she woke up, their faces etched into her memory. The dreams had started weeks ago, and no matter how much she tried to ignore them, they grew more intense. The dreams began to take a toll on Zainab. She couldn't concentrate on her daily activities, and her family grew concerned. They sought explanations from elders and spiritual guides, but no one could offer answers. Some claimed she was being visited by ancestral spirits. Others warned her to ignore the dreams, saying they could be the work of dark forces. But deep down, Zainab felt a strange pull, an inexplicable connection to the island. One fateful night, the dream was different. Zainab found herself standing on the sandy shore of the mysterious island. The men gathered around her, their eyes filled with desperation. A tall, bearded man stepped forward, his voice trembling as he said, "Zainab, you are the chosen one. Only you can break the curse that binds us. Without you, we are doomed." She woke up drenched in sweat, her heart racing. The message was clear. She had to find this island. Zainab shared her dreams with her grandmother, a wise woman known for her deep knowledge of the mystical world. The old woman listened intently, her face grave. "This is no ordinary dream," she said. "The island of men is calling back to you to come and save them. Many years ago it was cursed, and no woman has set foot there since. The men are trapped in misery, unable to leave. If the spirits have chosen you, you must go." Despite her fear, Zainab felt a sense of duty. She sought out a fisherman who knew the waters well. When she mentioned the island, his face darkened. "That place is cursed," he said. "No one goes near it. Ships that approach it are never seen again." But Zainab was persistent, and eventually, the fisherman agreed to take her. "May the gods protect you," he said as they set sail. The journey was perilous. The sea was restless, as if it were warning them to turn back. Massive waves rocked the boat, and dark clouds loomed overhead. Zainab clung to her faith, praying silently. Just when it seemed the boat would capsize, the storm calmed, revealing the island ahead. It was exactly as she had seen in her dreams, wild, untamed, and shrouded in an eerie mist. As Zainab stepped onto the island, a strange energy coursed through her. The men appeared from the shadows, their faces etched with despair. They were wary at first, but when they saw her, a collective gasp rippled through the crowd. "She is here," they murmured. The tall, bearded man from her dream stepped forward. "I am Akin, the leader of this cursed land. You are the one we have been waiting for." Akin explained the curse. Long ago, the island had been a paradise where men and women lived in harmony. But greed and betrayal led to the wrath of a powerful witch, who cursed the men to live without women forever. Any woman who set foot on the island would perish instantly. The men had tried everything to lift the curse, but nothing worked. "Only a woman with a pure heart can break the spell," Akin said. Zainab was overwhelmed by the gravity of the situation. She asked Akin what she needed to do. "The witch resides in the heart of the island," he said. "To break the curse, you must confront her and perform the ritual she demands. But beware, for she is cunning and cruel." Zainab nodded, her resolve strengthening. She knew this was her destiny. The men guided Zainab through the dense forest that covered the island. The path was treacherous, with thorny vines and hidden traps. The air grew colder as they approached the witch's lair. Zainab felt a chill run down her spine, but she pressed on. The men stopped at the edge of a clearing. "We cannot go any further," Akin said. "This is where you must face her alone." In the center of the clearing stood a towering tree with gnarled branches. Beneath it sat the witch, an ancient woman with piercing eyes that seemed to see into Zainab's soul. "So you have come," the witch said, her voice dripping with malice. "Do you think you can undo what I have done? Many have tried, and all have failed." Zainab stood her ground, her voice steady. "I will not leave until the curse is broken. Tell me what I must do." The witch laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the clearing. "Very well," she said. "To break the curse, you must offer something most precious to you. Are you willing to make such a sacrifice?" The witch explained the ritual. Zainab would have to fight some demons. The witch knew that Zainab was no match to the demons, but what the witch never knew was that Zainab had a mermaid spirit. With the help of the mermaid, Zainab conquered the demon. The witch let out a scream of anguish as the curse began to lift. The men on the island felt a strange sensation, as though chains had been broken from their spirits. A golden light spread across the island, purging it of the darkness that had plagued it for decades. The sky cleared, and the air grew fresh and vibrant. Akin and the other men rushed to Zainab's side. She was weak but alive. "You did it," Akin said, tears streaming down his face. "You saved us." The men knelt before her, their gratitude pouring out in waves. Zainab smiled faintly, relieved that her mission was a success. The witch, now powerless, tried to flee, but the men surrounded her. Akin spoke with authority. "You brought this suffering upon us, and now you must face the consequences." The witch begged for mercy, but the men banished her from the island forever, ensuring she could never harm anyone again. As the first rays of sunlight touched the island, something extraordinary happened. Women began to arrive, as if drawn by an invisible force. These were women who had once lived on the island but had fled due to the curse. Others were newcomers, feeling an inexplicable pull toward the now liberated land. The island transformed almost overnight. The once desolate landscape blossomed with life. Flowers bloomed, trees bore fruit, and the water surrounding the island sparkled like diamonds. The men and women reunited, embracing each other with joy and relief. They began to get married again and their island became lively. Then the god of the island appeared to them not to defile the land, because if they do, worse things may happen. They may not only lose the women, but they will lose their lives. But with all these celebrations, another enemy was let loose as Zainab fought the demon. This enemy is much more power than the witch. As the enemy is coming for revenge and to destroy all the people on the island, will Zainab come back to the island to fight this new enemy, or with the 500 be able to overcome this new enemy?